6 o'clock in the morning. It's early. This is how I feel. My eyes are just about open.
I don't see my toes.
Someone is desperate to get dressed and have breakfast and start the day.
Mommy, these ones are really cool.
Those ones are cool. Okay.
Those ones are rainbow ones.
Yeah, and I'm going to wear these ones. Those are rainbow ones and those are rainbow ones. That'd be cool. This is the coolest dude of the day. Look at this. Thomas top. Ridiculous leggings. Rainbow socks. Do you like what you're wearing?
Yeah.
What are we going to do now?
Play fight.
So, keeping it totally real. About 2 seconds later we're watching Paw Patrol, and that enables me to go upstairs and get dressed and start breakfast. Hi, I'm ready. I feel so much better. I have done a brush out on my hair, as you can tell, and I do this probably every 3rd or 4th day, literally, because it's been really helping my scalp, because prior to that I was just having the worst scalp ever on the Curly Girl method. Made me want to quit doing it completely because I thought, well, there's no solution to this. I tried different products, tried avoiding certain ingredients, and it just didn't make a difference. And I started brushing my hair again and it was just so much better. So there you go. So anyway, I have this like amazing giant, like I've just had my hair in rollers hair, and I love it. Love it. Where are you going?
Work.
Are you excited? Look at this face of excitement.
Thrilled.
Whoa. We'll miss you.
Miss you too. I don't want more Phil.
That's that door. Mommy, how is some food and candies?
Cranberries and pancakes?
No candies.
What you got there?
Oh, I didn't find a candy here.
You love cranberries at the minute, huh?
That one tastes really good.
Good.
I find some candy here.
Teddy's going to be very disappointed there are no cranberries left. We're going to make these beautiful breakfast buckwheat and blueberry pancakes, which I've made before, and they are super fluffy. They are vegan and they are from this recipe book. See if I can get to the front of it. There are 2 in here. They're printouts. They're from Phoebe, Honey Bunch of Onion Tops, and it is this, the crazy long name, quirky and creative cookbook with short and sweet, dead, easy, delicious vegan recipes guaranteed to be enjoyed by all. By Phoebe Thorburn. Honey Bunch of Onion Tops. If you don't follow her on YouTube, then you should. Her recipes are like my go-to because they are easy peasy, always delicious, and never fail. So you should probably download her cookbook as well. Can you keep stirring?
I'm all done.
Can I see? Oh wow, it does look really good. So pancakes are going well. I've just been cutting up melon for lunchbox, which is all ready over here. So he has lunch at school 3 times a week now. And so he's got some leftover asparagus pizza, some tofu curry mango, which is this typhoon curry mango, so good, and then some of the melon, and hopefully he should eat all of that because yum. Also got a new chilies bottle come in the post yesterday. This is leak proof, keeps the temperature stable for a really long time, and hopefully will be a better replacement for what we had before. So hopefully that will all be just fine and get eaten up. As usual, I have got about 10 minutes to eat my actual own pancakes because I've been batch cooking and batch processing fruit and making lunches, and so I've got a very short period of time to actually eat my own breakfast. I'm just going to pour some cream over. This is my favourite thing to keep in the fridge to have with my pancakes because it just makes them delicious. And little peanut will want one for his as well. This is some homemade rhubarb compote. I just kind of boiled up some rhubarb with some honey. It's super yummy, and look at that colour, like, what? It's so good. Nice cutting, Ben. You want to put some cream on? Some syrup?
See? The little bit coming out. Go on pancakes.
That happy face. I think you're the coolest dude today.
I'm having another one.
Oh, you'd like another one? Look what this munchkin found in my bag. A raspberry yo-yo. Thankfully it's just raspberries. So it's kind of breakfast, right? Think it counts as breakfast? I think you do.
I'm going to put it down.
Nuh-uh. We don't do that, do we? That's littering. Pick it back up, please. Give it to Mummy. That's good. We don't throw things on the floor like that.
Oh.
Thank you.
Look what it says.
What does it say? Kirigami Astonishing Arts. I don't think we have this one. What have you found?
A leaf.
What's it got on it? It's very beautiful. Are you going to take it to school? Show everybody? So the way that we walk to and from school goes through this lovely old church, this big graveyard. I just absolutely love this walk. It's just so lovely, and so many birds and people with dogs, and it's just lovely and friendly and really nice. So I've been home about an hour, and I've basically just been cleaning and tidying for about an hour. It always takes about that long just to get the house back to kind of an okay state before I even do any cleaning. But an hour feels good, the house feels good, and maybe I can show you a little bit of it. What do you think? I know you want to. Everybody said they want to on Instagram, so here you go. So for those of you that don't know, we moved back in late January, early February. I actually can't remember exactly when. We have stayed in the same city, but we've just moved to a slightly different suburb, which is a bit more green. And so I want to show you the house. This is what we hope will be our forever house. It's much bigger than our last one. It's got much room to expand, and we've really pushed ourselves with the purchase of this house, but we're really happy here. There's still a lot to do, as I will show you as we go round, and hopefully I can give you like an after video so you can kind of see how we've done and how we've progressed and what things we've done. So hopefully you'll like it. I don't know, it doesn't really matter if you do, just be nosy and enjoy my house. First things first, this is a very loud room because it's got a washing machine, but this is like the dump room, and I'm not sure why I'm showing you this first other than it's really noisy in here, so I just wanted to show you it. But it's basically a room that needs a whole lot more storage put in it because of all of this here. It needs somewhere to go, and it leads out to the garden, but I'll show you that in a second. And that is adjacent to the kitchen, which looks like this, which I think you've seen in some pictures on Instagram probably, and is a relatively new kitchen that the previous owners put in, and it is just lovely for my needs. It's probably not exactly what I would have chosen. People ask me that all the time, but I still really like it. Actually, it's the same tiles as our last kitchen, if you remember what we had there. And you look out and you can see the lovely garden, which looks less lovely today because the sky is all grey. Anyway, and then we have a dining room area with our lovely new table, which was a lovely gift from my grandparents. And we still have not put the pictures up, guys. It has been months and we still haven't put the pictures up. It will happen soon, it will, promise. Anyway, that you can see out there, we've got a garage out there, and then we've got a little downstairs toilet, little entrance area, and this is the sitting room, which is amazing, very relaxing space. It's a gas fire there. We were thinking about having a wood burner, but it's super duper expensive, so maybe not now. We've got French doors that lead outside, which would be really lovely. Well, has been lovely already when it's been like hot outside. It's just lovely and relaxing. We've basically just bought all the same furniture from our previous house into this one. We haven't really bought anything much new, although I'll tell you some of the new things we've bought up in like the office space. Let me take you up these stairs. One of the first tasks will be to repaint this banister white, because this dark red is just kind of a bit too dark for the space. Then up here we've got little Peanuts playroom where he's got kind of all of his toys. Always a train track on the floor, always. There's a spare bed there, and then this is his room here, which this is a bed that I made from IKEA. Very proud of the fact I made that all by myself. And again, he sees out to this giant oak. This is probably a good time for me to really show you the oak in all its glory. It's a huge tree, huge, absolutely huge. He's got a little cupboard with all of his clothes in it and all sorts of bits on his little shelves. He loves all his little like lights and the kiwi. He's a huge fan of the kiwi that my dad brought. Gotta have a peace lily. I like to have plants in the house. We've been trying to add more plants, but it's still not enough. This is an original bathroom. This house was built in 1993, so it's about 26 years old. And this is the original bath, which has got jets, which is very exciting for a 3-year-old. But otherwise, literally, this is one of the first big projects that we really have to do, is update the bathrooms, because the grey blue thing is just a tad outdated. Then we've got this room, which is kind of the laundry room. It's currently where some painting's going on. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll know what that is all about. And then there's my wardrobes. I've got a double wardrobe, which is lovely, and keep all my shoes in there and things. And yeah, mostly it's laundry room. And then this is Pete and I's room, which that there is the door that you just saw in the other room. And so I'm going to try and repaint this rather than trying to redo the whole thing, because that would be very expensive to just replace it, but it should be fairly cheap to just paint it all, although my painting skills are really not amazing. So anyway, this is our room. I took out a huge dresser unit that was there that was just too much stuff, and it felt so much better once I took that out, and it was just a few screws really. Another grey bathroom, and this again is another project to do. The showers don't really go cold, so that's one of the things that I really need to do, is do it so that I can actually have a cold shower if we end up with as hot of a summer as we did last year. And this is Pete's wardrobe. He also has a double fitted wardrobe, which is very luxurious and nice. And then we also have, the previous owners put in an extension in the roof, so I'm going to go up again, and we have a little toilet room. This is the guest room, which needs a bit of a tidy up actually, my bad, but it's a really cozy guest room by all accounts and purposes from everyone that stayed here, which is already quite a lot. Another thing I made from IKEA, which houses a lot of books and things, and linen cabinet. And then through here we have the office room. So I don't know if you guys do this, we do split screen, and so we have 2 screens. If my husband used to work from home, it's very handy. I made this as well. This is full of all of my craft supplies, which is awesome, because in the previous house they were all kind of quite close together in a very small space, and it was difficult to access, and now it's so much easier. And then this is all the filing I did the other day. I felt so proud when I did it all and organised everything. There is a little bit of space in here I won't show you. It actually runs all the way along the length of the house, and it is actually got quite a reasonable amount of storage for things in there. So that is the house pretty much. Kind of shown you the inside of the house, so now I will take you downstairs and I will show you the garden, because that is my current main project, it being spring. Then I have spent an inordinate amount of time out in that garden just pulling out a load of stuff, digging up a load of stuff. I'm still in that process. We've planted a few bits and bobs and I'm kind of proud of it, so I want to show you. Put on Pete's DCs because I'm so cool. We are in the process already of stripping off this wallpaper, you'll be happy to know. Okay, so we have a lovely seating area, and then this, which I pressure washed, it still kind of looks a bit dirty. Then, so we have this big patio area, kind of like a shed, and then a big lawn with the tree. So let me show you what we've got. So in here, I was gonna get like a proper cold frame, that's what it's called, but instead I just thought I'd use this giant box, and it's worked just fine for these plants. So I've got a few like courgettes, squash, a couple of flowers. One obviously did not germinate, sad days, but they are ready to plant out. I just need to actually prep the space a bit more. Got some plants that my grandmother gave me, so I've got to find a space for those. And over here we get so many leaves, I need to go around, and we've got like a leaf sucker blower device, so I need to go around and do that again. But got a lovely pelargonium, some mint, more pelargoniums, just loads of flowers, strawberries and some Swiss chard, chamomile, just various bits. These lilies are huge, and look how many lilies they're going to be. Oh my goodness, so beautiful. The lawn itself is in pretty bad condition, so we're going to spend quite a bit of time just getting that back to sort of good condition. I think the previous occupants, it was rented out, I think the previous occupants didn't do a great job of clearing the leaves away, because obviously with a massive oak tree like that you get a lot of leaf fall and it just settles on the ground, and then so there's just like lots of like moss patches and just patches where the grass hasn't grown. So anyway, what they did do is plant some cool plants. So there's a rose either side of this like entranceway, which I'm not sure why that's there. I think that's little Bud's doing his cleaning. But these are in okay condition. I've had to spray off a lot of tiny little bugs, and I will need to go around and just like get them all off today, because it's actually looking so much healthier. It might actually bud this one now, maybe, possibly, perhaps. I just did like a very minute amount of dish soap in some water, and that seems to have done the job of killing all those aphids, but in a hopefully like nicer way. I don't know, there's not a nice way to kill aphids. Some sunflowers, a raspberry that looks like it might be dying, but I don't know, I'm just gonna hope for the best that I planted this out, and I think it will come back to life. I just might have maybe made it a bit too wet. This is a tayberry, this one's very happy in comparison. And we've got like a rose which we planted, which is this rose here. It's gonna look so beautiful. And then these are wildflowers which I've planted around it, so those will grow up and look lovely, hopefully. I'm gonna plant some of the squashes there, I think. Rhubarb, which I planted out. This is something that's been here for a while, which is I think it's a passion flower from what I understand about plants. So that should look really gorgeous. And there's another rose with some wildflowers around it. I went ahead and chopped these conifers back hugely. They were just so significant, and yes, they needed a lot of cutting. Actually still needs more, because that bit should not be there, because that's going to overtake this, which is a delphinium, more rhubarb. I've tried to plant some edible flowers, but I don't know if they're going to come up or not, because I just planted them in situ. There's an Acer and a Stilby which I planted, and then all of these at the back I have not really touched. I've touched a little bit, but they all need work. This is a lot of the conifer that was chopped down, because there's so many conifers that have been chopped down, ready to go in the incinerator. And then there's a couple of nice bushes going on at the back. There's the compost, which needs to be moved probably over to that corner there, is what my husband reckons, which I think is a good idea. We've also taken a lot of ivy off of here. You can kind of see the remainders of where the ivy was, there was a lot of ivy growing. This garden had not really been tended to. And here are some stumps of some conifers. Loads of conifers in this garden. I think because it was rented, it's just an easy option. Then just so many bushes. This has been my current project of the last couple of days. This is this grass that's like really densely rooted with these really fat roots. So I'm trying to take it back. You can't really see it, but if I take you close, you can see how densely rooted that is. It is quite a pickle to get out of there, but it takes a while. I think maybe I might just get the husband to try and hoik the kind of protective weed protector blanket thing up and see if he can't just magic it up out of there. Then also all of those leaves need to be sucked up. And then this is another thing that I dug out, and there I dug something out, and just loads of weeding. There's just been so much to do with getting the garden cleared. As you can see, still a work in progress. This corner is little Bud's favourite corner because it's just kind of mud and he can play, and he just loves that so much. And then the other thing that we've planted is some peas and tomatoes. There's a geum and more wildflowers, and this is like the cutest little willow, I think it's willow dragonfly. Super cute. So that is the garden. Hopefully next time I show you this, it will be abundant in fruit and veg and flowers, and looking a lot kind of more luscious and full than it does today, but the oak tree is looking happy. So that is the house. I hope you found that interesting to have a little sneak peek, and I promise I will do a like more extensive house tour once we've kind of not finished, because I guess we'll probably never really be finished, but like feel more complete on the massive list of to-dos that we have, and have kind of mostly done most of the painting. It would feel so much better. But I think it's kind of cool that you've seen it before, we've done most of the work to it, so then you are like kind of part of it, and I really like that. So I want to have a little chat with you guys about a couple of things and just a couple of mentions. So first thing is, I was recently on a lovely podcast called the Thriving in Motherhood podcast. I'll make sure to link down below to the episode. And I'm just talking about kind of my experience in motherhood, Belgium, grief, just my journey with motherhood. And I am in love with the Thriving in Motherhood podcast. I think if you are a mother, it's a really encouraging podcast. It's great to listen to other women's stories, women going through different things, and I just think it's a fab podcast. And I love Jessica Jackson. She is a fabulous host, and I just think you should probably listen to it. It's about 40 minutes long, I think, so it's definitely grab a cup of tea, download it on Apple, and just sit there and listen. The other thing that's happening is that since I last actually did a vlog, obviously we've moved house, but my son started preschool as well. It's gone really well so far. He's actually upped his hours, so he's doing 8:30 till 1 3 times a week, and he loves it. He has lunch there, which has gone really well, and we're just so grateful for that preschool. They're just very community minded, very lovely people. Oh, and yeah, since the last time I did a vlog as well, I've got 10,000 subscribers now, over 10,000, and that is just bonkers to me. So I can't even think of, I never thought I'd get to that number, so I've not got something in my head of a way to celebrate it. So if you have any suggestions, please write down below any suggestions for how to celebrate 10,000 subscribers. I just never had that number in my head as something I would reach, so I never really prepared for it. But I'm so super duper grateful for each and every one of you for clicking that subscribe button, that notification button, and just engaging with my content. I love when you guys leave me comments, engage over on Instagram. I love you guys as a community. You're so encouraging and supportive, and it means so much to me. I make YouTube videos because I want to share things that I have learned with other people, and it's one of the best platforms in the whole world to do that, because anyone around the world can find it and watch it if they are going through a troubling time or they have a solution they need fixed. So when I'm making YouTube videos, I'm not aiming on making like really regular content for you to watch me, if that makes sense. I make YouTube videos when I feel there's a question that needs an answer from one of you guys, or there's something I feel really passionate about that I need to make content for. I never want to just make content for the sake of making content. So I am always going to be changing it up a little bit. I'll be doing vlogs, I'll be doing things to do with hair, and food and motherhood and just everything. So I know I should probably have a channel that's like really focused and niche, but it's just not the way that I rumble. So I'm going to wrap it up here today. Thank you so much for spending this time with me, for coming around my house, and just thank you for leaving comments, clicking that like button, and just spending the time with me, because it just means a lot to me. And I hope you have a really brilliant rest of your day.